In this video, I want to talk about 3 little hidden monsters in our life that can kill our drive without us even realizing it. Stick around. What kind of drive am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about drive in life. And it could be a drive toward many different things depending upon the individual. But a lot of people don't have the drive they need to get where they want to go. In this video, I want to stay away from a lot of the obvious things that we know kill a person's drive. We'll name a few. Just sheer laziness. Some people are lazy because they're not healthy mentally or physically. Some people are malnourished when it comes to proper nutrition. Some people are not getting good rest. Some people are depressed. Some people are bitter. Some people are living with severe grudges. There's a lot of things that wipe out a person's drive. And if any of those things apply to you, that's something to pay attention to. But the things I'm going to talk about in this video are always not so obvious with regards to drive killers. And I have summed this up by 3 C's. Let's start with the first one. Let's start with one that's really nasty, and that is comparison. You have your own shoes to fill, my friend. You have your own life to live, your own mission, and your own responsibilities. Comparison is the #1 killer of contentment. Contentment in life is great gain. Now, contentment is not to be confused with complacency. The kind of contentment that I'm talking about is related to peace, the kind of peace we need to live with every day to go forward in faith and due diligence. But the moment we start to compare ourselves to others, we're going to always find ourselves coming up short. And that's going to lead to discouragement, and that will eventually lead to indifference. Comparing ourselves to others and having to be where everybody else is too tall of an order, because that's not what we're supposed to be doing anyway. You have your own awesome assignment in life. This might mean getting off social media for a little while. This might mean not watching so many reels and seeing everybody else's life. Take time in the quiet and the peace of your own life and environment and cultivate something great for you, great for your family. Work hard towards it and enjoy the success that comes from that. The second little monster in your life that may be killing your drive and you don't even know it is clutter. Some may disagree with me on this, but I believe that clutter can kill the drive of anyone in life. Clutter in every direction, clutter in your work area, clutter in your house, clutter in your car, clutter at the office. And worst of all, clutter in the mind, but I'll get back to that. I don't care what anybody says, cluttering is a buzzkill. Clutter is what happens when we don't put things back where they're supposed to go. It's when our work area gets trashy. Things begin to pile up. Things that didn't get put back in the right place have piled up so much that we don't even care to mess with it anymore. And I don't care what anybody says, that will mess with you mentally. I'll say this from my own personal point of view. In my marriage, my wife is the OCD person. Me, I don't mind leaving a little something out here and there as long as I'm using it and I need to get to it later. I'm not talking about, not doing that, but I will tell you that even though I'm not the OCD person in my marriage, when my shop area starts to get cluttered, it does something to me mentally. On the flip side, when I get down there and I clean up and I put all of my tools back where they're supposed to go, I get everything back in its rightful place and I get everything clean, there's something about that that makes me feel like I've got a fresh start every time I do it. For people who keep a really junky car, tell me what goes through your mind every time you break bad and really clean it, man. You go down to the car wash, you get that thing clean, you vacuum it out, you wipe it down. Tell me that you don't immediately feel better about yourself and about your life when you ride down the road in that clean car. I was one of those guys that could not watch the show Hoarders because I knew it would give me nightmares. I think it's disgusting, especially on that level. But even on a lower level, clutter can really mess with our drive and determination and even motivation at times. Organize and straighten up all the areas where you dwell and where you work, and I'm telling you, it'll be a blessing to you. As far as decluttering the mind, just be cognizant of the amount of information coming at you every day. Hey, I'm one source of information coming at you every day. I try to brand myself a little differently than the fast-paced stuff that's constantly coming out on reels all the time. Nevertheless, be mindful of how much info you're getting from every direction all the time. Be mindful of how much you might be involved in other people's business. Sometimes we got to quiet down our mind and simplify. This means breaking away. This means taking time to think. I like to go on a drive sometimes and just think. I don't turn the radio on. I just go for a drive, whether it's taking the trash up the road, and I just think quietly. I like to read. I love to read books. I love to read the scriptures. These are things that quiet down my heart and mind and give me peace. So you want to declutter your atmosphere, especially the atmosphere of your mind. The last C I want to talk about is not your friend. It only makes you think it's your friend. It's attractive to you often. You feel compelled to work for it, to go after it, and that is comfort. There's a time to get comfortable and rest, but no successful person is comfortable all the time. The desire to just be comfortable in life will flat out destroy you. When I go to bed at night, I like to settle down and get comfortable. I like to get my rest. On evenings when I don't have anything to do and all the work is done, I like to sit down and watch a show with my wife and get comfortable for a little while. But when I wake up in the morning, it's go time. I'm going to be uncomfortable until everything that I need to get done is done and done well. Now, don't think for a minute that I'm saying that getting uncomfortable is unenjoyable, because you can be uncomfortable and be enjoying yourself. When you're in the gym sweating it out, when you're pumping iron, when you're out doing your cardio, when you're out in the yard getting things done, when you're cleaning up your area, when you're being productive, you may not necessarily be traditionally comfortable, but there's something inside of you, man, that is so satisfied to be making things happen. It is all about mindset. Lazy people are always trying to go sit back down. If you can still get a lot done sitting down, so be it, but make sure you're getting your exercise. Lazy people are always trying to default back to the place where they're doing little to nothing, and a lot of these people are broke, a lot of these people are depressed, and a lot of these people wonder why they don't have a lot of joy and contentment in their life. Don't let these little monsters that are often interwoven into our life kill your drive. We know there are obvious drive killers. This video is about sniping out certain things we tend to quietly embrace that are actually killing our drive and determination in this life. Before we close, I'd love to hear your success story. What is something that you overcame in your life that led to you being a more high-functioning, successful individual in all areas? I'd love to hear that story. Take care.